Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
They're going to toss it. They haven't got it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly, Miller's still start trouble. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Good evening and welcome to what can only be described as one of the greatest tracks ever born here on the LSRL F1 season here. Round 16, the final round of the season, everyone. But don't panic, we will be back in about 2 weeks' time for the recruitment season of the LSRL F1 League. I'm James Parfitt, and tonight I'm going to be joined in the booth by Michael David. Mighty Biggles is off doing another broadcast with Dan People, so I've got Michael David with me here as well. Well, what is the situation in the championship currently at this moment in time? Well, let's bring you up the championship table and let's show you what is the situation. Now, as you can see, Jay Smart is out in front currently on 194 points. Now, we've had a bit of information come through. Elliot Borg can win if he gets maximum points. He's got to take the pole in quali, he's got to take the win in the heat race, he's got to take the win in the feature race, and he's got to get the fastest lap. Now, that's what we believe. Now, if there was a draw, we also think Jay Smart's going to win on countback. So, Elliot Borg has basically got to win everything this evening. If he doesn't win everything, he doesn't have a hope of getting that championship away from Jay Smart. Now, of course, Jay is not here this evening, so it's even more possible that Elliot's going to do it. Now, in the team championships, it's going to be close. Basically, Bullshit Racing are on 203, Clutchless of Wales are on 268. Now, only one representative by Clutchless of Wales here tonight, Zachary Kokis. So Bullshit Racing, represented by Elliot Borg, of course, have the opportunity to wrap up the team championships. Whether or not they're going to do the double, only time will tell. But at the end of the day, it is all on Bullshit to basically take the win in the teams. But you've listened to me waffle on long enough now. Let's bring Michael David into the booth. Good evening, young sir. Welcome along for the final round. You get to do the final round. Biggles does all 15 and then you jump in and do the final one.
On the GT side, and the fact that he has to basically sweep the night, I know he's fast enough to do it. I'm excited to see if he can though.
Now, I fear, young sir, you may be telling a little bit of a fib about this track. You don't like this circuit.
What? No, I love this circuit. I never said I didn't like it. I just always give you a hard time because it's your absolute favorite. See, I love it.
You were just giving me grief.
Of course I was giving. Right. You need grief given to you. You don't have enough on your plate. No, you don't have enough stress in your life. So you need somebody to just give you a couple jabs in the ribs here and there, keep you on your toes. That's all.
Well, I do. I love this circuit. Interlagos is my all-time favourite circuit. And if when I retire and all my kids are grown up and moved out, Interlagos will be heading to one place. I will be heading for an F1 race because I think it will be absolutely incredible. Now, normally, obviously, as you know, we do the pictures this evening. Well, there he is once more, our boy Dylan Gomez sat in there as well with his cabinet full of things in the background there as well. So also on this one, we've got Daniel B. Johnson, who is also in as well, down there in VR with his little 21.5-inch monitor. I'm just presuming that's the size. I'm not saying it is, but let's be honest, does he really need bigger than that in VR? Who knows? But there we go. So that's Daniel B. Johnson as well, sat in his nice little room, chilling there, driving. So they are our two main candidates, of course, for the little picture-in-picture. Don't worry as well, we do have qualifying. We've still got the 3-lap sprint, and we're still going to finish off the season with a 40-lap race around Interlagos. It's going to be absolutely incredible. One that I'm definitely looking forward to. Want to see how these W12s are going to handle. I want to see what's going to happen next season as well. Don't forget, we gave that little snippets as well. Little background noise about possibly testing between the W12, the BMW and the McLaren MP4, I think it is, in iRacing, to see if they could be on track at the same time. A free manufactured grid would be absolutely incredible. We are going in to 15 minutes of qualifying around about now as well. Mason Sagar, of course, is coming out on track at this moment in time. Robbie Swan is another man, of course. Let's see how they get on here as well. What do you reckon, Michael? A free manufactured series if they could sort out the BOP?
If they could sort out the BOP, you wouldn't want to see anything but that. I would love to see more competition from different manufacturers on track at the same time. Every car is going to have its strength and difference, so obviously the BOP is going to be the key factor there, but I would be all for that. I think that's just great for racing. The more cars that can be on track at the same time, better for it. I'm all about it.
Absolutely. I think if they can balance the BOP and give drivers the choice of, you know, what car to have, what car not to have, because we know, you know, the BMW, the Williams one that was there come in was incredibly quick, you know, so I think for what these guys are, if they can achieve it, don't get me wrong, these are just little background noises that we're giving you little tidbits of, that's possibly what might be happening. It could be absolutely amazing. So it's the McLaren MP430 is the option. Now clearly, by the looks of it, I might not own the other one. Hold on. What was the other one? The other one was...
It was the Williams, I believe. You said BMW, but I think you meant the Williams.
Oh yeah, the Williams FW31 was also the other car that was possibly discussed. Now, when I spoke to Anthony, of course, the league admin here as well, we were talking about it and we were wrapping the heads around and we were talking about how is this possible, can it be possible, can it not be possible? Now, my first instance was it can be possible, but you've got to balance it right. Okay, so that was basically the draw of it all. The second possibility was the fact as well that I believe, and I'm still in this belief, that the LSRL would be the only league that I know of, and I know a lot, that would have the free car manufactured grid. I don't think there's another league out there at all in iRacing that would have a free car manufactured grid.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely stunning to see that. I've never heard anything about that before. Usually, you know, they kind of run their time in iRacing and then they get bumped to the olden days, and then you get the new and shiny new toy. So yeah, I've never seen any leagues as far as Formula One goes. I've never seen any of the leagues running multiple different classes. They generally just stick with the one or the other, you know. And honestly, I don't think I've seen any of the older cars used in quite a long time. It's nothing but the W12. So
yeah, and that's what I mean with the launch of the W13 that come out all a little bit like mere iggly-piggly. The setups weren't good. It was just an awful drive. Obviously, they took the decision to stay with the W12 because it was obviously more consistent. We knew about it and everything else. But at the end of the day, it's not about what the W12 is as such, because we know what it is. We know the car it can be. You know, it's about all the other cars coming into the process. And that's going to be the thing that's going to be the interesting one, I think, is all the other cars coming into the mix, because seeing the three of them would just be unbelievable. It would be incredible to be able to have all of them on track at the same time. And as you say, they almost go back to the iRacing scrap heap once they're done, don't they? They don't come back out again. Nobody ever uses them. They're like, on to the next shiny toy. And if we can get the W13 sorted out with its setups and everything else and get that on track in the fixed setup state as well, there's no reason why that can't come in as a fourth option for people, depending on what they want to drive.
Yeah, if you really think about it, you just figure out a way to add one more car, and you basically have a full team grid for Formula One. Like, so if you think about it, like, there's what, 10 teams? Yeah, sure. A lot of, obviously you don't have 10 different cars out there like you do in real life, but at the same time, like, 4 different options, possibly 5 in the future, but let's stick to 4. I'm getting a little ahead of myself there. 4 different options there would just give the drivers so many, like, choices just to, like, kind of figure out what really fits for them. And, you know, each car drives a little bit differently. Some are a little more pointy, some are a little more slippery. I know you like cars that you can just slam it into a corner and just feel the grip there. So it really depends on the type of driver that you are and which car you get comfortable with. And that just opens up the possibilities to everything. Having multiple different drivers, just more comfortable with each car, I think that just opens up the racing so much. And I think it's a great idea. I would love to see it.
Yeah, I think if they can get that sorted out, Anthony, hint, buddy, it would be absolutely incredible. But Robbie Swan is sitting, I told you, tidbits of information, that's all I get given. Robbie Swan is sitting top of the time table currently on a 109.328. Elliot Borg on a 109.970 there. Zachary Coker showing just how not to put the power down in the W12, going around the Curva de Sol, and actually he was out down at Interlagos and coming out of Interlagos there as well. It's always tricky here this evening on these kind of cars with these kind of circuits, but what we will do is jump in with Anthony Giuliano, who is currently coming down the Rudder Costa down in the Interlagos. He's going to be looking for the exit curve, trying to not take that off track on the right hand side, and it is very tight, don't get me wrong. But here we go, once again, we're on the gas now. We're going to go up round the Ferradura, into SA at the top of the hill, hard on the brakes, down through the gears we go, third gear, dropping down into Pinarino now, the left-hander. Oh, still in third. We're going to have a little bump up to fourth. We're going to be looking at coming down into third again for Pico de Pato before we go round to Mugello and down into Juncao. Now Mugello we go. Juncao on that door, coming up now. We're going to go over the curve, looking for that entrance there, trying to not take as much curve on the exit. And now we're just on this straight run up through Sabino Valentes and round what they call the rafters. I can't remember what it's called in Portuguese, but there is a 3-turn point to that line straight away, and across the line we go. And at 109.103, Anthony Giuliano goes on to pole. Incredible.
Yeah, he gets knocked right down immediately by Silva. So this is going to be a very interesting qualifying here. Elliot Borg sitting back a little further back. He really needs to kind of start pushing towards the front if he wants any chance at this championship. So I've been kind of watching to see where Elliot Borg is right now, sitting in 6th place. Silva up in 1st place though. Giuliano in 2nd place. Robbie Swan there in 3rd place. Great setup times up there on the top there. You see a couple purple sectors coming through here. That Kyle has, oh no, I apologize, that just changed from purple to yellow. So not sure if I was seeing things there or what happened there.
Possibly.
I could always be seeing things, that's for sure. Oh, Anthony is on a flying lap here too, so.
Yeah, Anthony there. Zachary Kokis again, Mason Sagar, Robbie Swan were on board with Zachary Kokis now. Now, the 3 points of this long back straight, okay, we go into one of them now, which is Juncao. There we go, up, round, there we go round in a circle. That's not really part of my demonstration there, young sir. And unfortunately, we're not going to be running it up. So let's see what John Silva, we're just chilling with John at the moment. He's going to go up round Sabino in the boxes. Now, there is another point on this track that most people don't actually know. And it's just about here. It's actually called Aquabancadas, right? Now, I'm sure there's a Portuguese, more, reflective way. Now, what that actually means in English, after doing my little translation, is it was actually called the rafters on that corner. So that's why that corner there on the entrance, just after the entrance to the pit lane, is actually called the rafters, which would be just about as they're coming around now. You can see here with Lindsay Green, he's just going around that corner now. There, the rafters are on the right-hand side. Now, as I say, it's actually called Bancadas, maybe. But as I say, I don't speak Portuguese, so it's possibly that's what it's called.
So they're going to stick with the rafters there. That's a nice piece of information that I didn't know. But yeah, as we follow along here, that's going to be a DRS wide open through that straight. Yep, down here into Interlagos. It is so hard for me. I always miss my braking point here coming into Interlagos. It just always seems to throw me off for the turn. It's such a sharp turn, and it feels like it's not, but all of a sudden it just jumps up on you, and that outside curve is just there. So like you were saying earlier, it is so easy to get an off track on the exit there of turn 4.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, round through Interlagos is just impossible. Juncal's another one as well, where they can run off tracks rapidly. Now, they've also got to be aware they can only go to the right-hand side after the curb. You cannot, for whatever reason, go to the right-hand side before the curb, because you end up picking up an off track. So you have to go to the right after the curb around Juncal. Otherwise, you get an off track. So you have to be full on there and be a bit careful. We've got 5 minutes remaining here as well. You know, it's going to be a tough one for Elliot Borg. He's got a lot to do, and I can't see him doing it. And that's no offense, Elliot. I do love you. You're a stellar racer in the GT3s. But I just think that big old points gap is going to be a lot too much. You know, he's got to get pole. He's got to get fast lap. He's got to win the sprint, win the feature. It's just too much. I can't see all of that happening.
No, it's definitely going to be tough for him. He has jumped up into 4th place here. I do want to say, Robbie Swan, John Silva, well, I do know John Silva. I think he's raced a couple times at the GT3 side, but John Silva, and then that's going to be Kyle Hertz, or you're going to have to help me here. Herlitsky, I apologize, Herlitsky. These are all new drivers for me, so I'm excited to see how quick they are. Obviously, Robbie Swan there on the top of the timing tower, but there's going to be quite a few drivers here that I haven't seen before that I'm excited to kind of get to know and learn. But obviously, coming from the GT side of things to the Formula side of things, these cars just drive and handle so much differently. It's basically like taking like an airplane wing and flipping it upside down and sticking a giant turbocharged hybrid motor on it and just expecting it to just go. I love Formula racing, and I'm so excited to see what these drivers and these cars can do tonight.
Well, let's hope it's very clean here this evening as well. Troy Banks is coming out of the pits as well. Now, obviously, we have seen a few people spin it out of the pit lane. So, thankfully, for Troy Banks, he doesn't. Thomas Boniatti is on a green as well. He is currently going up around Pinorino before he goes around into Bico de Palo, the right-hander at the top of the hill, of course. Looking for the tree. There it is. On the brakes we go. And around the corner now for Boniatti. Karol Helitsky is also in 9th place at the moment. He's just going across the line to finish his lap. What will Kyle be able to do? Jumps himself up onto a 109.504 and goes sitting into 6th. But Thomas Boniatti here, and John Silva is also flying. Silva's on a 3, 2 green, 1 purple. Boniatti, what are you going to be able to do? Previously on a 109.6, goes on a 109.1 at the moment. Oh, John Silva coming out of Juncal. Well, that's destroyed what could have been a perfect lap.
Yeah, that looked like he was really on a flyer there, and then he had to jump on the inside there. But yeah, unfortunate from him. It looks like it's kind of hard for me to tell, but I think he's going to have another flying lap here. He's going to have one more opportunity to get a time in, see if he's able to replicate what he had going, because that was an absolute stunning lap up until that mistake.
Yeah, it definitely was as well. Elliot Board's got purple on the board. Let's pick up Elliot. We know Elliot's task. We know what he's got to do. He's coming round Juncal. He's going to go up round Subido de Boxes, past the bleachers on the right-hand side about now. There they are on the right-hand side. All of them people stood out there. He's going to race across the line. What is he going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to go? He got pole, 108.7. Oh, Elliot Borg, 1 minute 40 away from the end, comes in like an absolute stellar machine, snatches pole away from John Silver and Robbie Swan. Wow, there you go.
That was insane. Yeah, Elliot Borg, we know he's fast, but that was just pressure's on, kid. What do you got? He's got the pole, man. That was a phenomenal lap. See if he's able to hold on to it, because Giuliano is definitely setting in some green and purple sectors there, so it's going to be close, but wow, that was absolutely insane there. Great timing by Elliot Borg.
Yeah, he's going to hope Giuliano hasn't just pulled out a chunk. However, he's got 2 greens and a purple. He's coming around the left, hug the wall, take the shortest route. DRS wide open. Giuliano now 109.058, stays where he is, doesn't break into the 108s like Swan and Silver does. And of course, Elliot Borg. Is this going to be step 1 completed for Borg? Only time will tell.
Coming down to the ending here of qualifying, and it's going to be close here. He's got to take this. Like you said, he's got to win the sprint. He's got to have the fastest lap. He's got to win the main event. So even if he gets the qualifying here, that's just 1 out of the next 4 that are just, it's going to be tough. So I'm not sure he's going to be able to do it, but we know how fast he is on the GT3 side, so he's championship leader over there.
Yeah,
I know he's good.
I don't know. I don't know if he's that good. I'm not going to lie, but he has done step 1. He's got some more to go. Johnson. Not best. A best end to qualify there, John. I believe poor old Troy Banks, I believe it might have been, or Grigor Georgiev may have just ended up going around here, but there we go. Right, qualification is done. Let's bring you up the grid for the 3-lap sprint. We got Elliot Borg in first, Robbie Swan second, John Silver third, Anthony Giuliano fourth, Tamas Bonihani in fifth, Dylan Gonaz sixth, Troy Banks seventh, Carl Halitsky eighth, Mason Sagar ninth, Daniel B. Johnson 10th, Zachary Kokis 11th, and Lindsey Green from Burnt Rubber Racing down in 12th place. Then we've got Grigor Georgiev in 13th, Michael Kostic 14th, and Sean Atkins is down in 15th. Step 1 completed for Elliot Borg. He has taken pole position. I'm just going to write this down. Borg, pole. 1 of 4 completed. Jay Smart, this is stressful. He's sat at home watching this now. Here we go, Elliot Borg. Lights are going to come on. 3, 4, 5. And they're green, and away we go here at Interlagos as we go racing down into turn 1 now. Elliot Borg currently in front there as well. Anthony Giuliano, John Silver battling away there. Silver's off on the grass. Zachary Kokis is on the grass. Daniel B. Johnson has gone round. Unfortunately as well, one of the shy line as well has gone round. Georgiev as well, and at the same time, Michael Kostic. That was a bit of a chaotic start. Daniel Johnson here in 7th place manages to hold on currently at the moment. But Elliot Borg out in front, doing what he needs to do, Michael. 1.27 seconds already.
Yeah, absolutely stunning start there by Elliot Borg. He had the
Giuliano's
line.
off. Oh, Giuliano's in the wall.
This has been a really rough start here. That Senna S, that sequence through 1 and 2 were just absolutely dreadful through the middle of the pack there. Quite a few cars we saw in practice getting on cold tires, just not able to keep those tires underneath.
Yeah, and at the moment, Elliot Borg is battle here with Troy Banks, Johnson, Halitsky, Boniatti, Swan, and Gonaz, all in this 6-car train there. You can see them one after the other, and beyond that as well, Zachary Kokis and Sean Atkins here. So this is going to, well, the battle's going to pick up from, but Elliot Borg 4 seconds out in front already. Robbie Swan fighting away here as well, trying to hang on to this 2nd place as best as he can. He's going to be really under the pressure. Tamas Boniatti and Dylan Gonaz 3rd and 4th here, Michael. This is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, this is going to be a tight battle here for 3rd and 4th place. Elliot Borg seems to be, gone and away here now. He's only, 3 laps that we have to complete here for the sprint race. So all he has to do is just keep his head down and hope that Robbie Swan doesn't get in DRS range, and he's going to have check mark number 2 there. Thomas Bodiatti and Kyle Herlitsky, I'll get it. Herlitsky really fighting it out there for 3rd and 4th place. The midfield here is definitely kind of jumbled a little bit after that start, but things are starting to settle down a little bit, and it looks like Daniel Johnson is back. I think he had a bit of an incident there, but now he is moving back up the field, up in 5th place.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
actually
6th place.
6th place currently at the moment as well. Up 4 places, Zachary Kokis up 4. Behind that, Gregor Georgiev, who was involved in that lap 1 incident. Atkins in the pit, Giuliano, Lindsay Green. Michael Crosstick did not, by the looks of it, take the start. Final lap of the race. Elliot Borg is going to get part number 2 done for the sprint race here as well. Borg is going to get part 2 completed. On the upside, he has not got the fastest lap currently at the moment. Fastest lap is by Robbie Swan on a 1:10.107 for Robbie Swan there, so well done to him. And
now, is this fastest lap point, is it going to be overall throughout the entire evening, or is it just per race? He has to get 2 fastest laps.
well, he gets a point for each fastest lap.
Okay, but he has to have 2 fastest laps.
I'm going to presume so.
That
That would be the general consensus, I would have thought.
Well, we have Jay Smart here. Jay, maybe you can clarify that for us. Does he have to get the fastest lap in both the sprint and the final race?
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be where it is. But what is Elliot Borg going to do? As he's going to come across the line, he's going to take the sprint victory here this evening. Heat 1, job 2, done for Elliot Borg. And then we've got Robbie Swan coming across the line after that as well. And there is Robbie. Thomas Boniadi is another one who's coming over the line. Carl Nowinski will come across the line as well, and Grigor Georgiev will be the last one. I believe it's for the feature only. So there we go.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Now, I'd like to use the terminology he did say he believes. Didn't know.
Well, I mean, I think Jay Smart is somebody that I believe, so I believe if he believes.
Okay, cool. Off Heat 1 now, Elliot Borg is your winner. Robbie Swan is second. Thomas Boniadi third. Carl Halitsky fourth. Daniel Johnson fifth. Dylan Gonaz sixth. Zachary Kokis seventh. John Silver eighth. Mason Sagar ninth. Troy Banks 10th. Grigor Georgiev 11th. Sean Atkins 12th. Anthony Giuliano 13th. Lindsay Green 14th. And Michael Kostic did not, I believe, take the start at all. We go into a feature. Now, what have we got now? We've got a brief little 5-minute warm-up here this evening, so we've got a brief little 5-minute warm-up. So there we go.
I think Anthony Giuliano is definitely going to be forcing his way up the field. You know, he had that incident there where he went off track. He was in 2nd place, and now I think he's back in 13th, and that's where he's going to be started. So it's going to be tough for him, but he's clearly fast. Going to be really interesting to see. Maybe we can ride along with him for the first couple laps once we get settled in to see what he's able to do once we get that DRS opened up. But yeah, Elliot Borg up front there, taking the win, taking qualifying, 2 steps down, 2 to go.
Yep. Pole, sprint, done and done. Jay Smart, how you getting on, mate? Got any hair left already?
I can just see him just tearing his hair out.
Mate, don't. He's got a nice head of hair on him as well, mind you. Yeah, he's got a lovely dog. We saw the dog last week. So, you know, we know Jay well. But let's see what he's going to be sat at home now, just being like, I don't know what's going on.
Kind of weird for me to see Jay Smart not in a Lamborghini, though. But I'll get used to it. I'll get used to it.
Yeah, it'll be all right. Yeah, it'll be all right. He'll show us how to do it all. I promise. He'll show us his skills here. So
it's definitely a very, very, very exciting sprint race there, though. That incident on the first lap, I wish we could get a replay of that because there was a lot going on there. There was a couple incidents that happened that kind of just worked its way at one end to the other. I'm pretty sure I saw somebody on top of somebody else. That's never a good sign. But yeah, no, there was definitely a lot going on in the Senna S in that first lap. So Elliot Borg getting off to that clean start, that was huge for him. And you know, that's what he needs more of. He needs to continue to do so. He needs to get another clean start and get out of DRS range as soon as he possibly can.
From Jay's point of view, he's sat home going, no he doesn't, no he doesn't, no he doesn't.
Jay, I'm not rooting for Elliot to take the championship. I'm just rooting for it to be really close and exciting. That's all I want to see.
Well, I believe it's probably definitely going to be close and exciting. I'm not going to lie. I'd just be interested to see how close this is likely to be. Now, this information comes from Joe. Yeah, look, Jay's in there. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Yeah,
Jay wants to see him wipe out on the first lap.
I know. But the problem is Jay sent us all the information, so any stress that he's feeling about now has come from him. So, you know, you've given it... Oh, Dylan Godez there into the wall, losing your nose cone. I bet Jay's at home going, that's what Elliot needs to do. He needs to do that. I bet this is the only time. This is the interesting thing, man. These are all friends on and off track. And I bet these are the only
teammates
time.
on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. And I bet these are the only time he's going, crash. Crash. Spin. No, spin. Run, crash. Get him. It's the only time he's there as well. So good old Jay Smart there. It's going to be an interesting one, I think, here this evening as well as we go into the feature race. 40 laps, don't forget. So stay tuned, sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, and yeah. I don't want to see Elliot crash, but it would be great if someone else got past his lap. He only needs 1 out of the 4. That's the problem. He's got the pole. If he wins, he wins. But he needs, if it is that fastest lap on the feature race only, then yeah, he's just hoping somebody manages to get it. But
well, do you think Jay Smart's gonna kind of nudge, give somebody a little wink, nod, to help you out later if you scratch my back now? Why don't you go ahead and pit early and throw those softs on and just, you know, throw away your race, but get that fastest lap.
Yeah, well, the problem is it's fixed out as well, so nothing they're going to be able to do is going to change it, right? So,
okay, fair enough.
You know, they can't even change their ERS deployment as far as I'm on the understanding of a fixed setup. So,
wow, it's that tight.
I believe, if I'm not wrong here, I believe they don't have control of that ERS. Now, I'm pretty sure that's correct. Either that or I've gone through the whole season thinking that and I'm completely wrong, which would probably suck. But Elliot Borg is on pole. Robbie Swan second. Tamas Boniadi third. Carl Halitsky fourth. Daniel Johnson fifth. Dylan Gona sixth. Zachary Kokis seventh. John Silver eighth. Mason Sagan out. Troy Banks 10th. Grigor Georgiev 11th. Sean Atkins is down in 12th place. And then we've got Andy Giuliano, Lindsay Green and Michael Kostick behind them as well. So what's going to be happening here? It's all on this man. Everything that's going to happen over the next 40 minutes is all on this young man doing the job. He's starting on the mediums. Robbie Swan's on the softs. We're going to be going very, very shortly. The lights are on. 3, 4, 5. And away we go here at Interlagos. We've got an absolute crowd. They're trying to go 3 wide down into turn 1. This is not going to work. That's not going to work. Nobody's going to work. Baniati, Kokis, Swan, Johnson, Georgiev. I'll tell you what, for Grigor Georgiev, he's got to be sat there thinking, what have I actually got to do here to try and get through? There is Georgiev there. He's gone round. Swan's in the pits already. Daniel Johnson's in the pits. Elliot Borg's got about 4 attempts at the moment up the road. Carl Halitsky has got literally about half a second back to Sean Atkins currently at the moment. Mason Sagar, biggest climber so far, and we've only just started up 6 places with Troy Banks up 5, Sean Atkins 5, Giuliano 5 and Lindsay Green up 4 there as well. And that start could not have been any more chaotic than it really needed to be there.
No, that was absolutely just a replay of the sprint race. Just everything going to, everything just falling apart right there in the Senna S. We know that's a tight turn, you know, cold tires, it's tough, but you'd like to see a little bit of a cleaner start. But Elliot Borg, another great start by him, able to just jump out there, get ahead. And I was actually kind of worried, especially the fact that he's on those mediums and Robbie was on the softs. I thought Robbie really did have an advantage there, obviously, with the grippier tire. But Robbie just wasn't able to get the start that he needed, and it fell apart for him, along with quite a few others.
Yeah, he did as well, and unfortunately the guys have dropped down the order now, and it's all going to be literally here. Have a look at this green flag, see what happened, and see where the drama come from. I've got a funny feeling this man may have started this. He gets a very slow getaway. There's Tamas Boniadi. They go down now. Here comes the flying Dylan Gonas in the green and black. It's coming down. They're now going to go 3 wide. And this is where it all goes a little bit wrong here. Everybody goes in. Oh, Zachary Kokis gets under control. Boniati gets net-coded. Daniel Johnson there as well. There is Daniel Johnson. His front wheels are up in the air. Giuliano's on the grass. Grigor Georgiev is just not loving life. He's hit the grass as well. And unfortunately, it's a little bit of everything. But we are back. Live pictures. Mason Segar under pressure from John Silver here. Elliot Boyd coming out in front, 1.22 seconds at this moment in time. Best lap time so far. Elliot Boyd got a 1:10.411. He's got, well, technically, he could get the job done here as John Silver goes around the centre. S's they're going to be running side by side coming out of there. Mason Segar got out in front. DRS wide open for Silver now. He's going to be taking over the left-hand side. He wants the inside for Delago. You've got to put pressure on Segar. He comes across. There you go. John Silver is through. Is Troy Banks going to clear Mason Segar at the same time as they go on this run up into Ferradura, Michael?
This is going to be very close. He's going to try for the inside. He had to back out a little bit. He's got an opportunity here. This is one of my favorite sectors in all. They touched. They touched. That is not what you want to see. Troy Banks got into the inside tire there, and I think he's backing off to let him get ahead of him. But yeah, that was just definitely not what you wanted to see, because it looked like they were going to have a pretty good fight there. But you got a feel for Mason Segar. He definitely was defending. Troy Banks went to the inside there and made contact with his inside rear tire.
Yeah, he did currently at the moment. Grigor Georgiev has got Segar now chasing him down. Of course, Carl Halitsky from the Blue Brawlers is sitting in fourth place at this moment in time. Segar from Shyline Racing. I've been told it is Shyline. It's not Chi-Line, which I thought it was at the beginning of the season. It's Shyline, as in Chi-Town. Chicago,
right?
Yep.
That's
DRS wide open for Mason Segar. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm English. Give me a break.
Yeah, you're English. I get it.
Yeah, I was in Chi-Town. You know, I don't know if there's a place. I don't even know if it exists. But Chi-Town sounds cool. But no, apparently it was Chi-Town is in Chicago. Oh, Segar's trying to push Georgiev against the grass. Georgiev is going to be able to try and go up the inside of Delago. He's going to let the ground run. But it is going to be Mason Segar who's going to lose that position. They're back at it again. Georgiev on the left, Segar on the right now. Here we go once more. Battling up through to Ferradura. Coming in to SA they go. And it is Mason Segar with Grigor Georgiev for the Battle of Ninth Place. Georgiev up 2 places after a somewhat rocky start. Not going to lie, but Zachary Kokis is trying to do a job at the moment. And he's got Lindsay Green tucked up right behind him as well. Daniel B. Johnson is still driving around. So credit to him. He is a lap down, hoping for the best as well. So let's see what happens with Daniel Johnson here. It's going to be tough, I think. But Georgiev and Segar battling away quite nicely here, Michael.
Yeah, it's actually great to see after all of that, the kerfuffle that happened on the first lap. We only see 2 cars that are out right now, Robbie Swan and Michael Kostick. Obviously, Daniel
Segar's
Johnson.
Off. Oh, Segar's gone off on the grass in the centre S's. Sorry to cut you off there, Michael, but Segar went off on the grass. We were on board with him, and he just went in far too hot into turn 1 and put himself down the order in 12th. He's causing him more problems. He's causing himself more problems than other drivers, to be fair.
Well, I mean, at least it's self-inflicted, but still, you never want to see that. And once you start having one incident, sometimes, you know, you get a little tick in the back of your mind. It turns into 2 incidents, 3 incidents, 4 incidents. It just keeps snowballing and getting, you know, you got to clear your mind. You got to get your head focused. Just forget about it. Like, the best trait a racing driver can have mentally is a short-term memory.
I get that on a day-to-day basis, Michael, to be fair. No. And I'm not even a racing driver.
Fair enough.
Mate, you know you get old when you walk into the kitchen and go, what are you coming here for?
Well, that's actually, I don't want to get on a tangent here, but it's a psychological thing. When you walk through a doorway, you end up forgetting about something. That's actually a psychological brain thing, so don't think too much about that one. It's not necessarily the sign of old age. That's something that the brain is doing. As we watch this battle here between Troy Banks and Georgiev, seeing Troy Banks try to make a couple moves. Obviously, he came a little too close to Mason Segar earlier. Unintentional. He backed off and let everybody by, including that. He's got the DRS. He's going to the inside here. Turn 4. It's going to be tough. He's got to stick it, and he does. He's able to keep it on the inside. It's so tough to keep it on the inside there, but a great pass there by Troy Banks. I do want to point out real quick, Kyle Herlitsky up in 5th place, and Anthony Giuliano, a driver that I was very interested about, started back in 13th, all the way up into 4th place. John Silva and Dylan Gonez all chasing Elliott Borg.
Yeah, they are currently at this moment in time, as we've got here with Troy Banks going around Juncal and going up the hill currently at the moment, as he's going up the hill through Juncal past the bleachers on the left hand side, cuts all the way to the left, misses the pit wall of course, goes across the line just about now, and he is over the line down into turn 1 there for Troy Banks. So a good lap from him, managed to clear Georgiev as well. Kokis has got Lindsay Green literally right beside him. DRS wide open for Lindsay Green. Here we go. Is he going to be able to make this through? Burnt Rubber Racing versus the Clutchness of Wales, of course, and he is done there as well. Lindsay Green is up into 7th place, up 7 places, but into 7th. Now, Jay, just to give you a quick update at this moment in time, John Silva has got the fastest lap of the race at the moment.
I'd love to see an EKG on both Elliott and Jay right now, just to see the two compared to each other, just up and down, up and down, up and down. I would love to see that.
Yeah, but I reckon as well.
A heart monitor.
Can you imagine that? Jay's at home is just like Elliott Borg is nice and calm. So, you know, I reckon he's a chilled out as we've got Carl Halitsky currently in front of us here with Thomas Boniati as well. Boniati really, well, he can't do nothing to help Borg out. Borg's got to go at it full bore. So he's got to try and just extend his lead, get the fastest lap as he can. Close. He was on a 110.18 last time around. So he was definitely close to getting it. As you can see there, 110.020 from John Silva. So it's not going to be long, I don't think. But Troy Banks is now onto the back of Zachary Kokis. Zachary, of course, not had the greatest evening of racing by his standards, and neither is that man in the red, Grigor Georgiev. He's just got it way too hot into SA and up through Pinarino. Has put him under attack from Mason Sagar again.
This has been a great battle here at the back of the field between these 4 drivers. You know, we've seen Mason Sagar, Georgiev, and Troy Banks really just throwing down all race long. They keep giving a position to each other. They keep making mistakes and letting the other guy by, catching back up, and then all of a sudden, you know, they make mistakes. It's like a round robin here. It's exciting to see.
As well, these guys battling in. Zachary Kokis has decided enough is enough. I'm going in the pits. I'm going to get rid of these tyres that I've got currently on, and I'm going to change tyres and come out on some fresh rubber and do the job. Georgiev here with Sagar tucked up right behind him as well. There is Mason Sagar, Carl Halitsky, Thomas Boniati still fighting it away here as well as they're going down now on the run up into SA they go, and seeing how they get on here. The right hander, that's how they get on. Carl
Halitsky's locked up real bad. It's going to give that position to Boniati if he can hold it to the outside. Yeah, he's going to be able to push it. Oh, he's going to try the over-under, though. And I think that's going to be job done. Thomas Boniati up into 5th place off of that really bad lockup there by Halitsky.
Yeah, Halitsky unfortunately going in to be good there. Did a bit of a lockup, unfortunately put him down behind him now. John Silva has just passed Dylan Gonez. They're fighting out side by side. Our boy here, of course, on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen there, Dylan. What is he going to be able to do here? Can he get this done? Can he chase down Silva? I'm surprised he didn't stay in the slipstream as long as possible there. Boniati on the medium, Silva on the softs. Silva is currently still, I believe, the fastest man on the circuit. He is on a 110.02. So John Silva, 110.02. Still the fastest man, Jay. You can cheer a little bit, but here goes Dylan Gonez now. He's trying to get up onto the back of Silva. Silva just looks like he's got the pace over him currently at the moment. We'll go back to live pictures because further down the order, Georgiev and Atkins look like they're tucked up nicely behind each other as well here, Michael. And it's all going off throughout the field with these couple of pockets of barriers. Boniati's just cleared Halitsky. I think Halitsky's trying to come back at him again. They had swapped places 4 times. Boniati, Halitsky, and now Boniati again. That's 5. So 5 times these guys have swapped already, and they're going to swap again here because I think Carl Halitsky's going to have DRS as he's gone over the activation line. He's going to be pinging it out very, very shortly. He has. Boniatti doesn't really know where to go. Oh!
That was very close there. That was very close. He made that move kind of late. That was close. Halitsky almost lost the front wing there, but that's going to give Boniatti the DRS coming through here. It's not going to be as strong as down that back there, that main straight, but still, these two are definitely going to be fighting tooth and nail for quite a while here because it's just going to be tough for them. But as these two are fighting, Giuliano is just getting away from them and just chipping away at Dylan Gonas, just trying to break down the time and get to the top 3 there, get on the podium. That'd be an excellent race there to start from 13th and get up to the podium if Giuliano is able to.
Yeah, we want to see. I have to see how he gets on here as well. Daniel Johnson still driving around. Well done, Dan, in 12th place currently at the moment. He is, of course, a lap down behind these guys and about 1.5 laps down to the leader. But Carl Halitsky again going with Thomas Boniatti. They're going to be swapping backwards and forwards, I think, for the whole of the 40 laps here. I wouldn't be surprised this one at all. Boniatti's got it open. Halitsky's made the outside move early. Boniatti's going to come and slice it up the inside. He didn't. Oh no, Thomas Boniatti there. He should have got him there, I think, Michael. It looked like he was going to get him.
Yeah, it's definitely a very close one, but this battle isn't over. He's going to have the DRS now, and he's going to be gaining. Thomas Boniatti. Oh, Halitsky loses the rear end. I think he's able to keep the nose out. No, he wasn't. I thought he was able to keep the nose clean there, but he's going to have to wait for a couple cars to go around, and this is just going to be, it's just absolutely going to ruin his race here. I think he started on the softs, so maybe he's going to be able to go in and put some mediums or hards on, but that's just gut-wrenching there. What a great race, completely ruined there. And I got to say, I've done that a time or two in turn 4.
There we go.
So easy to do.
Carl Halitsky now heading down. And around he goes.
Just got on the curb and maybe got on the gas a little too hard.
Yeah.
That rear end just didn't stick. Around he went.
It definitely did. But currently at the moment, all that matters is who's holding this time. And it's still John Silver. 10.020. It's still Silver. So there's going to be one little thing he might not be able to get here for Elliot Borg, but Grigor Georgiev as well is another man trying to chase down Mason Sagar again. They've of course been backwards and forwards as well, Michael.
Yeah, these two have been fighting all night long. This has been a great battle. And it looks like right now Georgiev is really starting to gain back on Mason Sagar again. I know Sean Atkins kind of put his hat in the ring here, but it looks like these two coming through the middle sector here are really just going to be battling it out, and it's going to be really interesting to see how close Georgiev can get out of Junção if he's able to use that DRS to get the move done into, you know, the Senna S turns 1 and 2, because he's definitely going to be closer.
Yeah, he's going to try as well. Georgiev has got to try and push up as best he can.
It's all about this exit right here, coming down into, out of Junção.
Yeah, he needs to get his DRS. His DRS is going to be wide open now.
Oh, he is right on his tail. He's going to be able to get this. There is no way he's going to be, job done all the way through. He was so close. That was a great exit out of Junção. Job done halfway down the straight.
Yeah. Done and dusted there as well for Grigor Georgiev. As we go into, we've got 26 laps remaining here of Brazil, and we've got Daniel John, Zachary Kokis, Robbie Swan, and Michael Kostick, who I believe did not take the start of the race. Carl Halitsky's got in, put on the hard tyres now as well, so he's out on hards, of course. Still, John Silver is running out on them softs at the moment. He's not been into the pits at the moment. So everything that they're on currently on the left-hand side is what they're still on at this moment in time. Anthony Giuliano is there on the mediums as well. So let's keep an eye on this one. Mason Sagar's trying to come back again here. We'll see at the times, of course. He just needs that extra one That little bit of a time there, Jay. He's not far behind you, buddy. Not far at all.
He's definitely going to be very close, and we'll see what happens. He's been on the medium tires, so once he switches over to those soft tires, maybe he gets put back in the field a little bit, gets a little DRS help. It's definitely not done. It's definitely not over. We know John Silva has the fastest lap right now, but it's not by very much, and Silva is on those soft tires. Also, those soft tires are probably going to start going pretty quickly here. We're quite a few laps in. I'm kind of surprised that he's still out there, but Elliott Borg definitely has a strong opportunity here once he switches over to the soft tires. Maybe gets pushed back into the field a little bit while everybody else is still kind of going through their pit rotation, gets a little DRS assistance. I don't think it's that far out of the ballpark for him to get that fastest lap right now.
No, definitely is constantly in the 110s as well. Sorry to really put your heart rate up at home, Jay, but it's constantly in the 110s. So that's really not going to be able to help him here. Georgiev is trying to chase down Lindsey Green, of course, as they're coming in through Juncker. Now up the hill they'll go once more here. Let's see what happens. This is where that part of the race now, we talk about it, it's almost the after you've eaten Sunday dinner part when you're watching a Grand Prix. You know, you've got the exciting beginning, then you got then you go and have your dinner and then you got the middle where you're probably asleep on the sofa, and then you wake up with 10 laps to go, and that's kind of where we're at the moment. The cars are very spread out, apart from this Georgiev and Lindsey Green battle here. Georgiev has already made his move through Sagar. He's going to get right up to Green now with the DRS wide open, going up through Interlagos, up into the pit arena run. How is he going to get on here as well? Don't forget, both of these on the medium tyres. It's going to be interesting here with these guys, all three of them battling away. But that's the kind of the three stages of the Grand Prix that people talk about, aren't they? The beginning, they go have your Sunday dinner, fall asleep on the sofa, and then wake up 10 laps before the end.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I love watching the full race. It just kind of just does it for me. I do want to say, Georgiev, kind of a rough start, but he has been able to move up the field. He's been able to obviously battle with Sagar there for a while, but able to kind of put him behind him a little bit here, and now really chasing down Lindsey Green. I think Georgiev might be being held up a little bit, and if he can get out past Green, he's going to be a little too far away. Oh, he's going to still put his nose down. He's going to have the inside line, and that's going to be 2 cars past Green, just losing both spots there.
Banks off. Banks off. Oh, Banks off was in turn 1 there. It wasn't exciting as Lindsey Green losing 2 positions, but unfortunately for Troy Banks, he was off track there, and now is back again with Georgiev and Mason Sagar. Sorry there, Michael, I got all excited when I saw Banks off into the grass.
No, that was definitely a crazy move there, and I gotta kind of feel bad for Troy Banks. He's had an up and down race here. Obviously, we saw the incident earlier where he got into the back there of Mason Sagar, but he had fallen back through the field and moved his way back up the field, and then, you know, having that off there, I don't know what exactly happened. We saw the ending, we didn't see what caused it, so maybe he just kind of lost focus there. We saw Troy in practice, you know, well, we saw pretty much everybody in practice having issues with cold tires, though, but this far into the race, maybe those mediums are starting to leave a little bit, and it looks like Elliott Borg has pitted. Elliott Borg has fallen back to 3rd place.
Oh no! There's a reason.
Did Elliott Borg have an off?
Yes. There's a reason for that as well. Oh no! Juncker.
He's able to keep it out of the wall, but that is brutal.
Oh, he popped that curb as well.
Yeah, that's going to be some damage somewhere on the interior or on the bottom of that car. Did he stay out? I think if I was Elliott Borg, I would have come straight in off that one. You're right there at the pits. You've lost all that time coming down the straight. I'm a little confused why he didn't decide to pit.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have come in and just got changed straight away, to be fair. I probably would have done the same. Straight in and done. But he is on the medium, so he doesn't really have to. But from his point of view, he's got to go again. And he is currently round about 7.25 back from the leader there as well. And unfortunately for Elliott Borg, on lap 17, unfortunately, off at Juncker, and that's dropped in down the order into 3rd here. And that's again it's going to be tough for him now, isn't it? I think, I'm wondering if he's trying to take the mediums as fast as he possibly can to get to the soft end and go for a run on the softs, because they're 19 laps in at the moment, and soft runner John Silver is still out there running on them. So he's clearly being shown the way almost, isn't it? I sound like a Mandalorian then as well. This is the way. But you get what I mean? Sorry, I don't know where that even come from, to be honest. I was probably watching it earlier.
I mean, I like the Mandalorian, so I'm right there with you. But I will say, if Silva is able to stretch these soft tires out as long, and it looks like Elliott Borg's really starting to have a little bit of a handful at the rear end of that car. But yeah, if he's able to push those softs this far, I really don't understand why he hasn't gone in for them. Clearly, Silva is fast, like just as fast on a faster compound. Like I think at that point, you should have just taken the opportunity. You made a mistake, but just make it a little extra pit time. Like you could have really recovered there, gone to the softs. You can clearly stretch it 20 laps here. We're seeing that with Silva. I'm not sure I understand the reasoning behind staying out.
Well, I can tell you a brief reasoning if you want.
Yeah, sure.
The gap now to the lead is only down to 6 seconds.
It's definitely fast, but I mean, are those softs really starting to fall off a little bit? They can clearly hang on 19 laps, 20 laps.
Well, yeah, they clearly can. From Silver's point of view, he's doing lap times, but he's obviously going quicker than Gonaz, but at the moment 1:25.83, of course. But it's not about that. It's about the fact that obviously over Elliott Borg, is that a different situation? You know what I mean? Is that a different situation for him? Because obviously over Elliott Borg is still a little bit slower, but for some reason the time's coming down here. So it's a different way of looking at it, isn't it? We can keep an eye on their lap times here as they go around the next one, of course. But from Elliott Borg's point of view, he's got to be trying to do, well, he's doing really well, to be fair. So I'm hopeful that he might win, but I don't know if he's pulled out what they almost call as like an impossible task at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to steal one from you. This race is not done and dusted yet, but it's going to be tough for him. Silva's obviously a quick driver. We see his time is a little slower than Elliott Borg overall, but at the same time, he's got that buffer now. I think it's going to be really interesting, but he's also going to have the more durable compound to the end of the race once he switches over. So that's going to be very interesting, and it looks like he's staying out a little longer. I'm just really surprised at how well those softs are holding on, especially someplace like Brazil here at Interlagos. This is not an easy track to keep hold of your tires. It's very demanding, especially in the middle sectors when you're just holding on to third and fourth gear throughout the curly W there. And I'm just really impressed that these softs are just holding on the way they are. That being said, that's what's blowing my mind about why Elliott Borg didn't decide to pit when he had that incident.
Yeah, Elliott Borg's 2 tenths slower again over the last lap there as well.
How much of that is due to damage to the underfloor? Because we did see a piece kind of fly off when he hit that bump there.
I don't know. The interesting thing at the moment is looking at the top speeds at the moment. Mason Sagar currently is the one that's at 200 miles an hour. And everybody, Mason Sagar and John Silver apparently have hit 200 miles an hour. Gonaz and Borg have only hit apparently 188 and 189.
What's with that's a 10 mile an hour difference. 11 mile, that's an insane amount of differences. That's got to be DRS. Elliott Borg hasn't really had DRS at all this race, because even right now he's still too far behind. Oh, he's gotten around Dylan Gonaz. We missed that. Elliott Borg is up in second place. Dylan have a slip up. We saw a couple of practice.
He's running over the grass.
Way out there.
And that'll be wide from Dylan Gonaz. Elliott Borg back into second. However, he has lost a lot of time. He's 9.6 seconds back currently at the moment from Silva. So Silva clearly on the softs here, still doing the job as what he best as he can be. From Borg's point of view, is he trying to elongate the line? to basically be able to come in with the shortest possible time and try and gain as much as he can. But surely he can't be leaving it much longer.
I mean, he's definitely going to try to abuse the softs as much as possible. So that, I mean, coming from that perspective, yeah, it makes sense, I guess. But I'm really surprised with the way that these softs are holding on, that he's waiting so long to jump out. And obviously, Silva, I'm surprised that he's still out there on the softs. He could come in on the medium compound. We already know it's fast. So, but he's got a nice gap. And maybe he's just thinking, let me hold on as long as I can and wait for Elliott to make a move. You know, like force Elliott to make the Shire compound switch first and just, you know, respond to that. If the tires are staying, what's the point?
Yeah, I do agree. If the tyres aren't off and there isn't a problem, why would you go in the first place? The problem is obviously, of course, he's going to be on the slower tyre come the end. So,
but is it that much slower?
Well, it's not this time around. Elliott, Borg did a 1:10.87 when Silva did a 1:10.02. So clearly not. But Georgiev is back at it again once more into the breach, my dear, with Lindsay Green currently on the medium tyres as well. Everyone apart below. No, hold on. Let me get the words out. Everyone below Mason Sagar here. Mason Sagar is the last of the pitters. He has pitted. However, Troy Banks has just snatched the fastest lap away on a 109.47. So there we go. Georgiev has just cut past Green as well. Grigor Georgiev flying, but on a 109.47 with Troy Banks on the soft tyres.
Troy Banks has just had such an up and down race. You got to feel for him. Definitely very fast on these in these Formula cars, but you know, he's just had a great set of laps and then an incident. And then a great set of laps, moves back up the field, and then an incident. Now he's on the soft tires, he's got fresh tires, he's, you know, putting in the fastest lap. So hopefully he's able to kind of, you know, keep his cool now. But I got a feel for Troy Banks. He's been so fast all night long. As we see Lindsay is coming into the pits, that might be a pretty good time. You got passed by Georgiev. Come in, get some fresh rubber, and try to use the undercut. Come out and, you know, pop in a faster lap on those fresh tires and see if maybe Georgiev is not as fast. Georgiev, though, it's absolutely stunning the way that he's been able to kind of make up for the bad start that he had. Just move up the field. He's up into 6th place now. Thomas Boniati up ahead of him in 5th place. I think Georgiev is just another one of those drivers that has just had a phenomenal night.
Yeah, definitely has there as well. Right, this is the first lap in about 6 laps, if I'm not mistaken now, and I'm generally, hopefully not. Last lap, Elliott Borg was quicker. It's been the first time in 6 laps that Elliott Borg is quicker.
It's definitely been quite a while that we've seen Elliott come through, so maybe those soft tires are finally falling off, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. So I think if you're Elliott, how long do you really want to hold off on those tires?
Well, clearly not as long as kind of want to. I'm a bit surprised here with Mason Sagar's gone out and put on hards. He went in on lap 18 for Mason Sagar, a little bit early when John Silver took the softs and took 20 laps there. Whoa!
Able to keep it out of the wall, but that was a big lockup. And he's going to lose that position there. Troy Banks coming through. We'll say thank you very much. I will take that.
Yeah, definitely on that one. John Silver is in. Silver is in. Borg's gone past now, so Elliott Borg has taken the lead. And he was quicker, 1.3, but now the time is now. Maybe if he can get these tyres to lap 30, I guess, could be a push. But he's got to be looking at trying to do something with it, isn't he, at the moment? He's got to throw caution to the wind, Michael.
Yeah, if the medium tires, or if the soft tires can go 26 laps, you've got to be confident that you can put in 14 hard, tough laps on the soft tires. Like, I get it, but, and I know that Silva is going to be out on those slower, quote-unquote, soft or medium tires, but they haven't really been that slow. We've seen Elliot Borg on them all race long, and he's been absolutely flying. So other than that incident, I'm a little confused, and I think if I'm Elliot Borg's crew chief here, I'm just yelling at him to pit, box, box, box.
Okay, well, let's see what he does here as well. Gap back from the leader to John Silver's about 9.8 seconds. 24 all in all for pit lane time. Now, as we found out previously, it doesn't always work out that if it says that they're 24, it should technically come out by Giuliano. But of course, it varies. We've seen it before when they go into the pits. But Giuliano has got in as well, so he's going to drop back a little bit. See if he comes out in front of Thomas Boniati. He had about a 31-second gap. He should be pretty good to come back out here as well for Anthony Giuliano. He should as well come out on the soft tyres, which he has done. Taking into the softs for the last 12 laps. Can Elliot Borg get the win? Can he get the fastest lap at the moment? He has not got it at the moment. The only man in the 109 is Troy Banks on a 109.47 here, Michael. Well,
Yep.
where are we going to go with this?
I really want to see what Giuliano can do on these softs. Just timing-wise, this is where I think Elliott should have pitted. Obviously, I'm not in the car. Obviously, I'm not a crew chief. I'm always incorrect when it comes to these. So my strategy generally isn't the one that the driver's going to take. But we don't know. We're not privy to what these guys are doing, what they're thinking, obviously. We're not mind readers. And Elliot Borg, we know how fast he is. We know he's a championship winner. He clearly knows what he's doing. There's something out there, and maybe he's just holding on to these mediums just so he can really just abuse as much as possible in those softs, really just going out for it. But I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused. It
sounds like Michael needs some help here. He's just confused, guys. That's all it is.
Just confused. Just confused. When this lap is over, I do want to see what Giuliano in the next couple laps he's able to do. Obviously, the lap that he just completed there was a pit stop, so it's not going to be representative there. But this next lap, now that these tires are warmed up, Giuliano, we know he's fast. He started off in the top 3 in the sprint race, qualified very well. Actually, I think he qualified second, didn't he?
Giuliano.
Yeah.
He's up
in the sprint race.
Yeah.
He had that incident in the sprint race. He fell back a bunch of positions. He's had to fall back to 13th. But yeah, like you said, he's up 9 positions in this race. We know he's fast. So I'm really interested to see what his time on those soft tires is. And I think Elliot Borg, might be keeping an eye on that as well, because why wouldn't he be?
It's interesting being looking up the screen now, Daniel Johnson. I wonder if he's aware his screen's gone off completely.
I don't really think that it matters. He's using that VR. I'm not sure I've never tried iRacing in VR, so don't knock it till you try it, but I'm not sure I could do a full 40-lap race here with VR. I feel like it'd get too uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, I wear glasses.
I've never tried it.
Yeah, I can't say I have, but I wear glasses. It doesn't even seem comfortable. You know what I mean? Trying to put swimming goggles over my glasses just don't work in general.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's an issue. I don't wear glasses, but I know plenty of people that do. And, Johnson!
You can see it on his face there. Straight back to the pits he goes.
That's job done and dusted.
Yeah.
He's very frustrated there. Can't blame him.
Yeah.
Sorry, Daniel. That's rough, bud. But
let's cut away while he's getting a little bit angry. Taking off his gloves in pure frustration there for Daniel Johnson on lap 28. Elliot Borg is in the pits. It's going to be John Silver goes through. It's how much time he's going to lose once he gets it stopped. Now we should see him go onto this. Oh, he missed his pit box as well. Oh, Elliot Borg. Here comes Dylan Gonaz. It's going to be close. I think Borg's going to get it, Michael.
It's definitely going to be close between Gonaz, but Silva's way up the road now. I think Elliott just waited way too long for that pit stop. I really just don't understand why he waited so long. He's going to have those tires. It's going to take him a lap to really get them warm. Once they're warm, he's going to be able to just abuse them because there's only, 12 laps left, 11 laps left here?
9.
Hey, he's going to... 9? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Like I was telling you in our private chat, but it was a little tough for me to see the timing tower tonight. I do apologize, but... yeah, he's going to have 9 laps to just absolutely abuse those tires. I would be surprised if he's not close to that fastest lap, but He's 12 seconds back. Is that enough time for him to make up? I don't think those medium tires are that slow. Really don't.
Well, John Silver 1:10.05 last time around. So if he's going to do it, oh, Silver's on a 1:09.9.
On the mediums, that's what I was saying. Those mediums are not that slow. Like, yeah, he was able to stretch the softs, but why would you wait that long to switch over to the softer compound if you're Elliott Borg?
I don't know. Maybe
we'll have to talk to him.
Yeah, we will talk to him as well. And you can ask
as long as he stays on the podium.
You can ask him with authority as well.
I'm not asking with authority. That's this man knows what he's doing. There is a reason I am talking to you right now and not driving one of these cars. So obviously he knows something that I don't. So I'm not going to ask him with authority. I'm going to ask him for my own knowledge and how to become better myself. So.
Well, Troy Banks has just got better now on a 1:09.1. He knows how Michael went and sat on the fence at that point. I'm not asking him. Not doing it. Michael,
you said to ask him with authority. I'm not asking with authority because he clearly knows something that I don't. I'll ask with respect and due diligence. I'm just trying to take notes and learn from myself.
Respect and intrigue there from Michael.
Exactly.
I think 7 laps left. He's just pulled out a second and a little bit over him. But I don't think he's just gone fastest. Oh, the 1:08.53.
I just don't think he's got the time. It's going to be so close, but I just think Silva's just got enough of a buffer that it's not going to matter.
He's just pulled out a second and a half. That's going to be last lap, isn't it? 1, 2.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close if he's able to continue this pace. But
oh, I bet Jay's at home. He's like, no.
He's doing a bunch of math in his head. Like he's got the calculator out on his desk, just like, is this even possible? Mathematically.
It's going to be all about what he's going to be able to do. Okay, so the predicted 6 laps is going to come together in 6 laps if he keeps taking a second and a half out of him. And he's only got 7 to go. Oh no.
This is going to be absolutely insane. Yeah, Jay Smart in the chat goes stressing. Yeah, I imagine you are, bud. I imagine you are.
Oh, he's just taken over a second out of him again. Oh. They are literally, I've just done the maths on the calculator, and it was literally 6.6 laps. He's going to be coming with it. He's going to be close if he keeps taking out a second to a second and a half.
I mean, he's still got to get the pass done. Is he able to get the move out of Junção if he's close enough and let that DRS? We could be down to a photo finish here. He's taking enough time out of him, but like you said, there's just those laps are just ticking by. It's going to be close, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to get the pass done.
Well, you can see the time coming. It's not like I'm hiding it. It's nearly down to 8 seconds.
He's definitely quick.
Yeah, 8.9. He's only, the thing is, right, Jay, you put in there about the tyres, right? John Silver was still doing 110, I think it was, or 109s on the softs on lap 20. So if the deck still as bad as we think, it's just a 108.89. He's literally just pulled 1.4 seconds out of him again.
Yeah, those soft tires were really, really, really holding on for Silva. Obviously, you know, Elliott Borg is abusing him a lot more. Silva was running a little, you know, softer on him, but it's maybe it was the right move to wait that long. I think if he had come in a lap or 2 sooner, he would be a little less stressed, and by that I mean Elliott Borg, Jay Smart would be more stressed. But I really want to hear the strategy call there, the decision to wait as long as he did, because while he is taking a ton of time out, those laps aren't getting any longer.
No, definitely not. But let's see what happens here for Jay Smart. See how he for Jay Smart. That's because I was talking to Jane about. But can he get this done and dusted? That's going to be the thing. That will be the deciding factor in this race, whether or not he's going to be able to close him down. It's down to below 7.5 seconds now. He's going to be starting to see him shortly, so be aware. It's coming. It's coming. I'm sorry, Jay, but it is. It's on his way down as well. So let's see what happens as they're coming down now to the final 4 laps here and see how these get on.
I feel for Biggles. I know Biggles would be absolutely stunned to be here right now. I know he's doing another job, but we know how much Biggles loves this league and loves Formula One racing. So this is an absolute barnstormer here, coming down to the last couple laps here for the championship. Obviously, Jay Smart not here tonight to defend himself, but Elliot Borg is just checking off all the boxes that he has to, and it's going to come down here to the final lap. Getting that pass done is going to be tough, but we know how fast he is, and he's just absolutely abusing those tires. And we take a look here at Thomas Boniati back in 6th place, fighting here with Troy Banks. Is he able to move himself up in the top 5?
Yeah, hopefully Boniati is about 0.4 back at the moment. Silver's on a 110.2. Borg is, what is Borg going to be able to do here? What are we going to see? A 109.5. Okay, not as quick.
Off a little bit.
He's got him down to 6.6. He's only got 3 laps to go. 1.5, 4, 6, and oh, it's going to be so close. If he can keep this up.
And he's going to have to keep the pace up. I mean, those softs, yeah, they lasted Silva, what, 20 some odd laps, but Silva wasn't putting the pressure on like Elliot Borg is.
I can tell you now that John is literally coming up round Bico, and Borg is just entering Bico now. John's round Mugello. Borg's coming round Mugello. Oh man, this is going to be close. It's down to nearly below 6 seconds. Boniati still fighting away with Banks here. No disrespect to these guys, of course, but it is all about whether or not Elliot Borg can catch John Silver. 110.3. Borg's going to go across the line shortly. 109.1.
We watch this battle here real quick for 6th and 5th. Thomas Boniati keeps getting close, and then locking up that left rear. So it's definitely, obviously, it's all about this exit here. He's going to get really close here. I think Thomas Boniati is going to be close enough to try a dive down the inside, but he keeps locking that left rear, and that keeps throwing him off a little bit. No, he might not be able to get there. Troy Banks defending that inside line. It's going to be tough. He's going to have to throw it around the outside of the center S, and I don't think, another... No! Thomas lost the rear end there. Oh, that rear left just decided to go again.
Yeah. And that's it for that battle. But Boniati here. He's just set his fastest lap time on a 110. And Elliot Borg get him with this lap and 2 more. I don't know, he needed to be down to about 3 seconds, I think. 109.9 for John.
John is still putting in those fast laps too. He's not getting
no, he only got 9/10 out of him last time around. I think, to be honest, Jay, I think you could be safe. But never say never.
All because of that one incident.
Yep.
That one mistake that Elliot made.
Cost him big time.
Cost him everything. And possibly at this point, handed the championship right over to Jay.
Yeah, possibly did as well. So looks like you could be comfortable, Jay, for a minute. However, I will say John is coming up to lap traffic, and it is Mason Staker from Shyline. 5-second gap at the moment. He almost needs to go straight across the grass there and just come out.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to see. Just the biggest dive bomb you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's gonna go.
Please, let's see if we can get some air time here too. You know, how's the suspension on those rally F1 cars?
Oh yeah, can you imagine that? It was so funny. Last lap of the race, 4.7 seconds. I think you've got it, Jay. I think you've got it. I don't think he's going to get it.
It really all matters what Silva's able to do. If he's able to keep a clean race here, keep a clean lap, he's gonna be Jay Smart's best friend tonight.
Is he going to though? Could he pull a Timo Glock at Brazil.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Could he
had to
pull
go
it?
there.
I
Of
had
course
to.
we're at Brazil.
Of course we're at Brazil. We're at the final race. It's down on the championship. Silva needs to allow Elliot Borg through like Timo Glock. Oh, Lewis Hamilton. He's on the top of the hill as well. This is where it all took place. Is he going to slow down and allow him through? Oh, John. No, not this time. No Timo Glock moments to talk about here in the LSRL. John Silver's going to take the win. That's going to be it, we think. Oh, Elliot Borg comes across the line after a gallant try and does a 109.8 just for good health. But it is John Silver. I really did. I would have expected, you know, I thought a Glock moment would have really finished that off there.
He's giving him the little talking to right there. Herlitsky coming through. I'm glad Kyle, I'm sorry I was butchering your name earlier, but I got it down now. Kyle Herlitsky coming through in 10th place there. Watch Thomas Boniati coming through in 5th place. And Troy Banks fell back. These two were fighting, and Troy Banks is falling back into 8th place.
Yeah, no real reason for that. I can't answer that one.
I gotta, like I've said it before and I gotta say it again, I just gotta feel for Troy Banks. He's just had such fast pace. Mistake.
Yeah.
Fast paced and then mistake, and it just completely ruined his night. So,
Yeah.
but I know whose night's not ruined. The guy out in the chat right now, throwing up the champagne bottles. Jay Smart, your championship winner.
Yeah, Andy in 4th place there, Jennifer. Sorry. Got top 5, yes, I'll give you that one. He finished in 4th, and a stunning race from Anthony Giuliano there, up 9 places. But here are the results of your feature here this evening. Can I get the results, or am I not allowed anymore? There we go. John Silver is the winner. Elliot Borg in 2nd. Dylan Gonas 3rd. Anthony Giuliano is going to come and gate crash the photo in 4th. Thomas Boniati 5th. Lindsay Green 6th. He can't really go anywhere. Bless him. Eva as well. Mason Sagar is down in 7th. Troy Banks 8th. Grigor Georgiev is there in 9th place. Carl Halitsky, Daniel Johnson. Sure. I just wanted to see this photo. Go on, Anthony. What are you going to do, son? Work that one out. No. He's not going to get it done either. And there we go. They're all going to come and gate crash this photo on the last, obviously, race of the season here at Interlagos. It does look like your champion will be Jay Smart. Let's bring in, let's start with Elliot Borg. We're going to have a quick chat with Elliot here as well. Elliot, good evening, sir. How are you?
Doing pretty all right. How about you guys?
I'm not bad there, mate. Do you know what? I started conspiracy theories going on here, Elliot. I thought John was going to pull over and, you know, pull a Timo Glock and get you through and let you win. I tried. No, he didn't in the end. I was a little bit upset, but, you know, look, that's... Okay, now let's tick off your boxes, right? Now, coming into this, you had to get pole position. You had to win the sprint, which you did. You had to get the fastest lap in the feature, which you did. You had to win the feature that you did not.
Correct.
So, Michael's got a question for you.
What's that, Michael? Yeah.
Why did you stay out so long? You saw how well those softs were holding on for Silva. I just didn't understand. I just want to know your strategy there. Like, I know you were trying to abuse them as much as possible at the end of the race, but I was just confused why you just stayed out, especially after that incident that dropped you back in the 3rd.
He started on the softs? Oh, good lord.
You did? Oh.
I didn't
so you
know
didn't
that.
realize that. Well, that
yeah.
throws my opinion out the window, because I thought that you knew that he had the softs and they were lasting that long.
No, I did not.
Oh, well, that changes everything.
I could have swore if he was going to go 27 laps or 26 laps on a tire, it had to have been the mediums.
No.
He was on the softs the whole time, and I was sitting here pulling my hair out, like, yelling at you like I was your crew chief. Why doesn't he pit? Why doesn't he pit?
Well, and that's the disadvantage of running VR with no overlays. I love the immersion. And I probably wouldn't trade it even to win, just because it's so much fun. You ask Ryan, you ask Tomas, Sean, a lot of us run in VR, and it's super fun, really good time. It's definitely something different. Wow, I'm being hit. Hang on. There's some madness going on track right now. I just love the VR. I don't necessarily have the space to do triple monitors, so VR is my go-to. There's not really an overlay that works. I had absolutely no clue that John was on the softs to start.
That makes a lot more sense then.
I thought he was going to pit for softs early, and I was going to have the better tire at the end and get him. I mean, I was getting there. But I'm really glad that, Felipe Massa doesn't have a theory, and neither does Permiet. And a big congrats to Jay on, I think he won by 1 or 2 points.
Well, Elliot, what can we do now? We take a break. We have a week off or so before we go into the recruitment season for the LSRL. Are you going to come back stronger next season?
So I actually kart during the summer. So I will not be around for the summer season. I won't have time to practice. My wife is a teacher, so we like to travel, we like to do some things, so I will actually not be around for next season full time.
Oh.
Which is, it's a bummer, but at the same time, James, you're married, you know what the deal is.
Hey, I feel you. I've got to take a week off in a couple of weeks. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and it's not a bad thing, take some time away. This isn't necessarily my favorite car, as I'm sure James and Michael, you both know, watching me in the GT3 series. Mm-hmm. I enjoy those cars way more. And honestly, I haven't run an official in probably 5 or 6 months. So I've only been running the Formula 1 and the GT3 car. So I'd really like to branch out, try some different things, still hang out in the GT3 series, and run with the boys over there, and just take a little summer vacation.
Well, you do that, mate. You deserve it as well. But look, Elliot, for the final time here, bud, anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, big shout out to the admins, Jay, Dylan, Tomas, Anthony. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. And Ryan for all the work that he's done, behind the scenes.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, you guys put out an excellent product. I always say it. I look forward to Mondays and Thursdays to watch the GT3 series and the F1 series during my lunch, and just kind of kick back and listen to your witty banter.
Okay. Well, there was plenty of it at the end.
The witty banter's at the end.
Yeah. Well, no, there's a bit in the middle as well, but I was praying for a Timo Glock, Lewis Hamilton moment, but unfortunately John had other ideas. He decided that he didn't want to, he was going to take the victory. But look, Elliot, it's been a pleasure for this season there, bud, and I look forward to maybe having a chat with you at some point as the season goes on next season.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you, guys.
Take care. Right, let's bring in Dylan Gonaz in the booth before we get to speak to John Silver. Dylan, good evening, sir. How are you? Third place this evening. Not a bad run at all.
Oh, we got to stop meeting like this, me and you, hey? It's starting to be a weekly occurrence.
Yeah, you're rocking it out, mate. Look at you.
That's right.
What do we think then, Dylan? How's your season been, bud? Can't moan, right?
It's been all right, man. I like it because the first few seasons, I won the championship, but it's good to have these quality drivers, these fast guys. Like I said, but previously, I'm used to winning these things, and it's nice. Even getting a P3 is exciting now, and it's good. It's stressful. It's really stressful trying to keep up with these guys. Really, by the time John gets by me, and I'm out of DRS, I'm just like, oh, I can relax now. You know, like holy, he's gone. All right, I'll worry about Buddy behind me now. But the season's been good. Like, hopefully everybody had fun and some good battles, some good broadcasts. I hope everybody returns. I hope we get a bigger car count for next season, better racing, all of the things, you know.
Are we doing different manufacturers? Because you know there was a rumor.
Well, we've tried it in the past, just out on a whim. I was in a different league and we switched to the 79 Lotus, which I loved. Some people didn't, so we lost car count. So that's not this scenario too, but we've tried it before is what I'm saying, and it was just so hard to get the car similar. I was obviously in the Williams because like who wouldn't want to scream around in a V8, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, and I was just smoking people until the DRS zones. Then the McLaren at the time was just stomping me, but it was fun. I don't think we're gonna be doing that. If it would, if you know, maybe for a couple races, I don't know.
No, I'm not happy now. That's it. Game over.
James Snipes ruined.
Yeah, like,
it would be so hard to do, right?
No, stick them at Le Mans, run them down the straight, see which one's quicker, and then slow it down.
I gotcha. Yeah, that would be fun. I'd be in the Williams hands down. I'm so angry they got rid of the paints, you know? Like I had Lewis Hamilton's McLaren paint on that bad boy, and I swear I was just shining the light in people's eyes getting by him as I blew the doors off him. Okay?
Well, guys, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it doesn't look like we're going to get a multi-manufactured season next season here in the LSRL. I did try. I will maybe, you know, I'll speak to Anthony and see if I can wing a little BOP test here and see what happens. Dylan, maybe.
There's a will, there's a way. There's a way.
Well,
but
my mum always says if you don't ask, you don't get.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
No.
But, you know, look, season's done and dusted. We take a week off, and then we start going with the recruitment races once more as well. So if you do want to get yourselves involved, please do. Links are down in the description below. So let's see what happens here as well. Dylan, for the final time this season, Racer Maria says, look at that beautiful man in YouTube chat, partly because you're on camera as well. So a big shout out to him. But look, for the final time, mate, anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Oh, everybody that throws this league together, everybody watching, you know, Grid Finder, Sim Speed Shop, the Butt Kicker, Wilder Graphics, they all support us. You know, we're people that just do this because you know, the real thing's too expensive, or everyone's got their own reasons, and hopefully everyone just has fun with it, you know, like I try. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. So. But
Exactly.
Just one thing, like I never realized I got a stonking start there. What happened turn one? I haven't got to see yet.
Well, Anthony Giuliano.
Everything?
Yeah, there was a lot going on. Which race are we on about? Because the sprint was quite chaotic, and if you're on about the feature, Boniatti, Kokis, Swan, Johnson, and Georgiev.
A whole gaggle of them.
Yes, they were all all involved.
Oh, see, I went 3 wide, and I was like, this is not a good idea.
No, and it probably wasn't, to be fair, because Boniatti went off first and looked like he got net-coded off as well, mind you, and then Johnson and then everybody else kind of all ended up coming into it. But Dylan, I've got John Silver waiting there, bud. Thank you so much for joining us this season, and we look forward to having a chat with you next season, bud.
Cheers, boys.
Take care. Right, there was Dylan Godas, of course. And let's bring in John Silver, who is now £1 million richer from J Smart, who said he will PayPal the money when he is finished, who took the win there and beat Elliot Borg at the final. Sorry, John, I've got to start the controversy. The rumours are going to be strong. But John, welcome in, bud. Congratulations on your win.
Oh, man, I'm so happy. Actually, this is my first win and last on this season.
Yeah, but you did it at the most vital point, didn't you?
Oh man, it was really really nice. Like it was crazy as always. Started from the back of the grid, tried to avoid the crash at the beginning, and then I was pushing really hard on the soft tires. So I said, okay, I need to push, but also need to save them. So I lost the tires for like 25 laps, and then I said I'm gonna change to mediums. So let's keep it. And I saw Elliot was coming so fast that he was gaining almost like a second when he changed to softs.
Yeah.
So that was really nice. But yeah, I'm really, really, really happy to win.
Yeah, he was pulling out about what it was between 1 to 1.5 seconds per lap.
That was crazy, man. That was yeah, he was pushing the hill.
Yeah, he was. He was absolutely flying along there as well. But look, you know, you've had a great season as well. I think that puts you third place in the championship. Third? Is it third place?
I think it's yeah, I think it's there, and I was actually telling Elliot that it's been one of the, and I think it's the best season I ever raced because I think we're very close each other. I think it's the closest season that we ever had, and I'm just so glad to race with all of these amazing drivers, amazing people, and I'm just really happy. Even though I didn't win the championship, I just feel like we all are championship. Like it was really nice to race all the drivers here. So I'm happy. Even though third, I don't mind being third on this championship that is getting really hard every single race. Yeah, I feel proud, man.
Yeah,
Really
I
proud.
would do, mate, as well. I'm not finished in third. I think I was third from bottom in the last league I entered. So, you know, at least you're third from top this time. You've reversed what I've managed to do, John. But look, going forward, John, are we going to see you next season?
Yes, of course, of course, of course.
We will.
Yes, and let's see if I can try at least to beat try because it's going to be really hard against Jay, Nathan. I mean, it's going to be really hard to fight with them. But yes, I'm gonna be here next season.
Awesome stuff, John. Well, for the final time this season then, bud, anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yes. First of all, Jay, I know you're here, man. Congratulations, or in Spanish, felicitaciones. You deserve it, man. You've been amazing this year, this season. Well, this half part of the year, and yeah, man, you deserve it to win the championship. It was really nice to race with you, Jay, and man, I'm just so glad that you won the championship. Also to Elliot, man, it was really nice to fight with him the championship and yeah to all of the drivers like Anthony, Thomas, Troy, Nathan, Dylan, all of you guys, thank you so much. It was really nice to you guys. You made an amazing job on the streaming. It was really really nice, and uh, I just feel honored, man. You did a really really good job on the streaming, and also for everyone that made this championship real, and to my friends, I think they were watching it today. I don't know, but yeah, and thank you so much to all of you. See you next season.
Yeah, you take care, John, and it's been a pleasure as always talking to you, man, and we'll look forward to it next season as well. For you, take care, and we'll catch up with you.
Adios.
Adios. Well, there we go. That rounds out this season as well. And if this ending, Michael, was anything to go by, next season's going to be a classic, right?
Yeah, I mean that was a phenomenal race for me to start and like join this league. Like that was insane. I'm kind of sad that Jay wasn't here. Obviously, I would have liked to see him in the F1 car. We see him on Sunday nights, but I want to see what he does in a Formula car. But that was an awesome race, awesome track. I mean, we both love this track, so. But no, it is a great race tonight, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, guys, that is it. That brings us to the end of the LSRL F1 League live here on the JPB YouTube channel. Good news, we will be back in 2 weeks' time with the recruitment races. We are here next season as well, so an absolutely stonking announcement there as well. We'll be back next season for this whole one. We're at season 3 now, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, season 3 we are. We covered the last 2 races of season 1, and then we did the whole of season 2, and we're back next season with season 3. Thank you so much to everybody that's joined in as well. Jay pulling his literal hair out. John Silver has left the building £1 million richer because Jay's going to PayPal it over. Racer Murray, thank you so much as well. And Jennifer Giuliano, thank you so much. And cheering on your man there who finished in an absolute amazing 4th place. But from myself and Michael David for the final time this season, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.